I'll just try to flow just for a little bit longer.
Yeah, we only want to go another couple minutes.
That's
on the
right.
topic,
That's
so
right. And then
give,
here, I'll just
give
stop
both of
here.
you guys a chance to.
Sure.
Yeah. On a personal note, as I was saying, I personally, you know, if I got my girlfriend pregnant or my wife, you know, I wouldn't want to get an abortion, okay, because I can economically afford, I can take care of it, I have the family support to love the child, I have the financial support to basically keep the child, you know, living, you know, up to our standards, basically. But some people don't have that right. And for us to come in and say, you are going to do this with your body, this is what you're going to do, and we are going to tell you what to do with it, you know, it's not right. And Roe v. Wade focuses on that viability of the child. And I agree, if the viability of the child, if this child can survive on its own outside of the mother, then basically the state should have the right to come in and say, you know what, that baby needs to be born, okay? But if that child is still a part of that woman and unable to live on its own, then that's where the woman should have, her right should be paramount to the rights of that unborn child.
Jeff, I guess there are a couple levels we can look at this. First, as an attorney, I'm surprised that you have a lack of understanding of federal law in this and Supreme Court cases, because you've described for our viewers Roe v. Wade in terms of the 3 trimesters, but you didn't go on to describe Doe versus Bolton, which was the companion case delivered on the same day. Under Doe v. Bolton, the right of an abortion is available through all 9 months of pregnancies, and the restrictions that you described in the 3 trimesters are in fact not operational at all. Within Illinois, as in most states today, abortion is legal in all 9 months of pregnancy. But going on to the issue, I really think that debating the minor points of this is a debate that's now 25 years old, and we're really not going to change anything. I think what our viewers are looking for is, what is it about these 2 candidates? You know, we're electing a man here, one of 2, to be the President of the United States. How is the thinking of that man something that I like or don't like? Now, for instance, in your explanation there, you took a direct disagreement with your own candidate, Barack Obama. You said that if a baby is alive outside the womb, that you would agree that baby deserves protection. And yet your candidate, Barack Obama, didn't just vote against the Born Alive Infant Protection Act. And by the way, the identical language passed the United States Senate. I believe the vote was 98-0. And in the Illinois State Legislature a few months later, when attempting to enact the identical federal language in Illinois, Barack Obama was the man who stopped it as the committee chairman. He would not allow it to come to a vote. So you have taken a position disagreeing with your own candidate. And you and I can disagree on abortion, and I'm sure we would. But in terms of our viewers deciding how they would vote on a candidate, I think it's instructive for us to consider that one man takes a position that's in the mainstream, that most people would agree with the types of positions he has in Senator McCain. And the overwhelming majority of our population would find abhorrent the position of Barack Obama. And I think that's something for us to consider.
Barack Obama's overarching opinion of abortion is the woman's right to choose. Okay.
Well, what about a born alive baby? What about a born alive baby?
So you mean to tell me Barack Obama's position is, if a baby is born out of the mother or it's alive, basically right there, that they could just throw it in the garbage?
That's his precise position.
I would love to see documentation. I would love to see that is his exact outlook. I would love to see it. I disagree with you
folks,
I'm actually going to look at it afterwards.
Folks, you can go to the Illinois State Legislative website.
Yeah,
it is the Born Alive Infants Protection Act that mandated a born alive baby, a baby who was born alive after a botched abortion attempt, is entitled to medical care. And this grew out of the issue at Christ Lutheran Hospital up in Oak Park, Illinois, where Jill Stanek, the nurse there, held babies in the laundry room who were aborted, and she would hold those babies and cradle them until they died. She had finally had enough and went public. And her going public with the fact that born alive babies were being put in, yes, the soiled laundry room, exactly what you just described. They weren't thrown in the trash, but they were put on a shelf in a laundry room to die. And it was her testimony before the federal Congress that was instrumental in passing that. She's from Illinois. And she went to the Illinois state legislature. They brought the same language here, and Obama used his power as the committee chairman to stop it. My question for the viewers is simple. Do you think that's reasonable? And I know, Jeff, you're not familiar with it, but this is a famous law in Illinois. This was a famous fight 4 years ago in the Illinois state legislature. And you can Google that if you like and say Born Alive Infants Protection Act, Illinois, and you'll find the news stories about him stopping it. That's just documented, Jeff, and it's something that I think is pretty much at end as far as this discussion goes.
Yeah.
Jeff, let me give you an opportunity to respond to
All
that,
right.
and then
Sure.
we're going to finish up.
That's fine.
Okay. Basically, as far as that goes, I'm going to look at it afterwards. I highly doubt that it was put in front of him and said, that baby is born alive. He would throw it in the trash, basically, is what you're saying.
Well,
And
will
so-
you change your
so
vote if
I-
you find that's true?
Would I change my vote on about? No, I'm not a single issue voter. That's the
Okay,
thing.
all right.
So,
Well, just
I'm not
you
a
know,
single issue voter.
I think
so,
you and I are
Yeah.
pretty comparable on that issue, but your candidate isn't.
Yeah. I don't know. I find it hard to believe, but
Okay.
all right.
It is pretty hard to believe.
Okay. Thank you very much, both of you.